In the Divine Liturgy, there are two entrances. The first one with the Gospel, and the second one with the cup and the paten, the Eucharistic gifts. And just before we do the entrance with the Gospel, which we just did, it's called the small entrance. The one with the Eucharistic gifts is called the great entrance. The Eucharistic offering, I should say. They're not the gifts yet. But at that small entrance, the priest reads this prayer. Master, Lord our God, who have set upright in the heavens orders and armies of angels and archangels for the liturgy of your glory, cause that with our entrance there be an entrance of holy angels, liturgizing together, and glorifying your goodness with us. So we ask that we join the company of the angels in celebrating and rejoicing in God. And then, just a little bit after that, we sing the hymn of the angels. The Holy, 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 the thrice holy hymn. Holy God, Holy Mighty, Holy Immortal, have mercy on us. We know that this thrice holy hymn is the hymn of the angels because of the scriptures where we read about visions of heaven. In Revelation, we read about the angels singing around the throne of God, Holy, Holy, Holy. In the book of Isaiah, Isaiah has a vision of angels, and they sing this hymn, Holy, Holy, Holy. That's all the angels do around the throne of God. And it's interesting, I think I said this before when I did the teaching liturgy, if we think about it, that hymn is not a prayer. They're not asking God for anything. They're not confessing anything. They are simply looking at the glory of God, and they're saying what they're seeing. Now, the word holy means set apart. So unlike anything else. And they look at God, and they say, holy, holy, holy. His beauty is unlike anything else. His glory is unlike anything else. His wisdom, unlike anything else, and his justice, unlike anything else. He is holy, utterly other than anything else, because he is the creator, he is eternal, and we are the created and the temporal. So he is unlike anything else. And this is all the angels can do in heaven, is just call out what they see. And of course they say it 3 times, holy, 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 because the Father is holy, the Son is holy, and the Spirit is holy. Prayer in heaven, you see, is so simple. It's real simple. So how come prayer on earth is so complicated? Well, St. Augustine has this to say about all of that. Augustine said that the way of God, and the way that God calls us to, is really very simple. It's very easy. But our problem is that rather than choosing that way, we choose our own way. And that makes our lives much more complicated. And because we have complicated our lives so much, with pride, with ignorance, anger, negligence, it just takes us that much longer to get there, because we have all these things we need to wade through to get to the simple act of being in God's presence and just saying, holy, holy, holy. The Christian faith is not hard. God did not want to throw a whole bunch of rules at us. That's not what God is about. But our lives can get so out of control that if we did not have some kind of corrective, some way of untying the knots, we'd be stuck in them forever. St. John Chrysostom said that we are tempted into sin, or we fall into sin in 2 ways. He said the first way is through the temptation of the demons. They tempt us into sin. And the second way, St. John said, is because of our own broken nature. What we might call today our neuroses and psychoses and obsessions, compulsions, and addictions. That's the second way we fall into sin. And then St. John went on to say, given how broken we really are, the demons don't have that much work to do at all. God's way is absolutely simple. We make it complicated. We throw up the roadblocks. And what we need to do is ask God, because only He can do it. We've made it too complicated. To remove all those things, remove all those barriers, remove all of those distractions that we set up in our lives, and provide us with a clear and direct vision of Him. Remember, ortho means straight, and dox means glory. So that God would cut the path to giving God straight up glory, that direct thing, without all of the detours we, because of our own lives, we have to make. I've always found that in my own life. That when I felt the call of God to do something, go somewhere, and when I've decided to figure it out for myself, it's always gone a lot harder than if I had just been quiet and done what God told me to do in the first place. The way of God is simple. It is a way of mercy, of kindness, of love. Hey, it's as simple as this. Treat other people like you want them to treat you. Imagine if the entire world, if every person, every government simply did that. We make it complicated. May God show us the simplicity of love, the simplicity of mercy, and that straight path to Him. Cutting through all of the distractions, all of the obstacles, so we can all stand with the angels and simply say, holy, 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 now and forever into the ages of ages. Amen.